Hello everybody, we are back here on the Hunter Call of the Wild. Today they revealed the second weapon of the brand new weapon pack, and it is in fact going to be a pretty awesome weapon. We're not going to cover it quite yet, because first I wanted to go over something else that they went a little more detail in this week. We talked about this in the last video that I did covering the 22 AR, but they have officially shown us off everything that's available with it, and that is the Customizable Crosshair. And now there is going to be many different options with it, and we are about to take a look at a few of them. So one of the big things that I noticed was the fact that there's like 4 different shapes that you can use. You can use just the single dot along with a bunch of other ones, including like a traditional crosshair. So there is more options than just that weird circle one that we saw last week. So honestly, I might end up using that dot. I think the dot is probably going to be the way to go. It's very minimalistic and it actually looks pretty good, so I'll most likely end up using that. But our second weapon of this weapon pack is the 223 AR, and you guys know what this means. This is an all AR pack, which is something we have been asking for for a very long time. It's definitely most requested thing in the game, I'd say. One of the most requested things, at least. That and along with Africa 2 with some of the more big game animals. That also gets requested quite a bit. But we finally have an all AR pack, and this just makes me wonder what the future holds for Call of the Wild, because they refused to do ARs for the longest time, and now that they've done them, who's to say they won't do anything else that's a little more out of what we thought they would do? They, for all we know, could eventually do elephants or something like that we have been wanting for a very long time, and for the longest time I never would have ever thought that that could be a possibility, but with the direction they're going now, I honestly wouldn't rule it out. Now, obviously, this is no confirmation of anything. We're way far off of any map that we could possibly get, but at this point, I'm really starting to wonder, could we ever get elephants in Call of the Wild? There's a big possibility that things might change, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're finally listening to what the creators and what the viewers have been saying for quite a long time, which is the fact that this is a game at the end of the day, and it's okay to have stuff like ARs, especially when they're hunted with in pretty much the entire United States. I know it's different rules in different parts of the world, but in the US, it's a really common rifle to use. In fact, I think it's the most widely used rifle for hunting, which is pretty crazy that we're just now getting them because of that. But anyway, this gun is going to come in 2 different variations, and they both look really good. The rifle sounds pretty amazing. We'll play the sound right now.
Finally.
So yeah, it sounds absolutely amazing. I'm excited to be able to use this thing. They did mention the 223 has not been buffed, so it's going to be the same power as before, which is a little bit disappointing, but I mean, it is what it is. At the end of the day, we can't have everything. Hopefully one of these days they will buff the 223, but for now it's going to be the exact same that it was before. The rifle is going to include a 5-round magazine just like the 22, and they wanted to clear up a little bit of I guess confusion with the magazine size. So the reason that the 22 and the 223 both have 5-round magazines is for exactly the reasons that I mentioned. And I know quite a few of you were not exactly sure what that really, the reasoning for it, I guess. And that's the fact that there is a lot of states in the US that do have a restriction on magazine size when you're hunting. Now, don't get it confused with like the normal magazine restrictions that some states have. There's a lot of states where you can use pretty much as large of a magazine as you want, but if you're hunting, you can't use more than 5 rounds, and that is the reasoning that they have it limited to 5, along with it being balance reasons, because if they did any more than 5 rounds, it would just become way too overpowered, and there would be nobody using any of the other guns, which is why they do limit it to 5, is those 2 reasons. And I mean, that's pretty understandable. At the end of the day, it is a hunting game. It has to have balance in some places, but overall, I'm super excited. They also did mention that that little box that we have seen in the bottom right corner of our screen for the longest time, that little tiny black box that nobody knew what it was actually for the scent eliminator timer. Which honestly, I really didn't expect that. To be honest, I thought that it was just a bug and it was just a random little box that appeared, but it apparently did have a use, and now it is the scent eliminator timer. The very last thing that I wanted to mention is the fact that there is going to be a creator weekend, so you will get to see myself and a lot of other content creators use these rifles a little bit early. That way you can make your decision on whether or not it's actually worth it to purchase the DLC. There is no date as to when, I don't believe. I just kind of had to skim through this stream to try and find a lot of the key points to show off, because I did wake up a little bit later than when the stream started, so I don't have 100% of the information, but I tried to get as much of it as I could. But there will be a creator weekend. However, I don't believe they gave out a date yet, so stay tuned for that. But overall, I'm liking this a lot better than the 22. But I think both are going to be fun to use, and I'm going to keep most of my judgment for until I actually get to use them. I don't want to judge them too far without actually getting some actual gameplay with them, so we will see what my opinions will be once I get a hold of these things, but as of now, I'm definitely liking this better than the 22. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. That's going to be it for this video. There wasn't quite as much news to cover in this live stream, so we're going to end it a little bit earlier than we did the last one. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, click that like button, and ring that notification bell so that you guys will never miss any of the future uploads. Also, be sure to leave a comment down below on what you guys think of this brand new Zarza. I believe this one's the Zarza-15. I believe that's the name of it, but it is the 223 AR. Let me know what you guys think of it, and let me know what you guys think the third AR is going to be. They've said it's going to be huge, so I'm really excited to see what it's going to be. I still, from day one, have thought that this is going to be an all-AR pack with 223, 22, 308. I hope I'm right. That's what I've wanted, and that's what I've thought ever since they revealed the first 22, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace!